All right, we got a little. Had a message sent to me on Facebook, so let me find this message real quick again. Okay. Martin Lukes. Is that? Hopefully that's it. Let me just read what he said. Some of it, at least. He wants to know a little bit more about the American trucking for the European drivers that we have watching. And I don't know why it just sent you a sad face, but that's not what I was trying to do, Martin. I'm sorry. So you can disregard that. He wants a little bit more information about the American trucking for European trucks too. I'd like to know more information about trucking with reefer or van trailer. I mean, mainly something about loading, unloading, how long it takes, if there are so long waiting times for loading, unloading, like in Europe. Which documents do you need to load? Opening hours, how often does the company loading and unloading, if they are working non-stop? Say something about driving hours, how long can you drive, how long you have to sleep, and so on. Okay. Obviously, the difference between a reefer and a van trailer is a reefer is a refrigerant trailer. It's basically for produce. Alcohol is also shipped in reefers. A lot of your food is shipped in reefers to keep them cool, cold. Ice cream. I never pulled a reefer, so I'm not too familiar with them, but I know they have some crazy hours. I know that for a fact. I mean, some of their deliveries are very early in the morning or very late at night. And I've heard drivers can sit hours and hours on docks on reefer. Same thing with van. Like an instance, when I was it was actually with CFI up in New York, at Jamestown, New York. If you're familiar with the place, it's actually the Cummins manufacturing plant for Peterbilt. Well, it's Cummins manufacturing plant up there, one of them at least. I sat 18 hours up there. I guess they had some malfunctions with the product line. They were missing some parts, come to find out, in some of the engines that I was going to be taking down to Peterbilt, so they had to unload me and do what they had to do and reload me, and it took 18 hours. That sucks. That sucks. It sucks. Let's see. I mean, it really varies on wait times for loading and unloading. It depends. Like, if you got a 9 o'clock appointment and you show up at 8:30, I always try to show up to my customer. When I was with CFI, I always tried to show up at least a half hour early. Sometimes it bit me in the butt. I mean, yeah, it did. There was days it did bite me in the butt, but that's just a risk you take, unfortunately. Then you get to some of these places and you get there at 9 o'clock, you're out the door, paperwork in hand, by 9:45, 9:15, 9:20. I mean, it just depends on what type of customer it is, if paperwork is all in order and stuff like that. We'll go over the paperwork here in a minute. Then, let's see here. Bear with me as I read this. If there are two, I gotta remember where I was at. Which documents do you need to load? When I was with CFI, excuse me, the only documents that you needed was your pickup number, trailer number, where you were going. And that's pretty much all you really needed. Sometimes you went in there and you tell them who you drive for, and they're like, oh yeah, you're going to wherever. Then some of those places know, then other places you give them a number and they know. I mean, it's all based on that piece of paper. Some of the places will ask for identification. A lot of the companies will give you an employee ID card, which I did that a lot, but on hazmat loads, like I still have my hazmat and tanker doubles and triples, and I think I'm going to let all that go because hauling boats, I don't need that. So there's no sense for me to be spending that money on hazmat and stuff like that. I mean, tanker and doubles and triples was easy. I think it was like $5. But the hazmat's like 180. And I don't need any of that to haul boats. So, which documents do you need? How opening hours often have the companies? Where are you loading? The hours vary. Some of the places are open 24/7, excluding holidays. Some of the places are only open till noon, and they open up at 8. Some places are open till 5. It just really depends on where you go. I did a lot of dropping hooks when I was CFI. I'd say about 60% was dropping hooks. Those are the loads that I tried to get because basically you can drop them anytime. So there was really no time frame. As long as you got there before the deadline, you were fine. And obviously I could be to the drop a day and a half early. So, which made it easy. In some places, you can't get there till noon, and they don't get you unloaded until 3. So that's the part that kind of frustrating, but I hate to say it, but it comes with it. I mean, when you have a live load, a live unload, you're at the mercy of somebody else unloading you or getting you loaded. Paperwork's got to be in order. They've got to overlook all of the product to make sure there's no damages and stuff like that. With the boats, like the one that I just did, the only one I've done so far up there in Oregon, I called them Monday, told them, hey, I've got 3 of your boats here. I'm looking to be up there Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning. He goes, what time Wednesday? I says, it'll probably be after 3 o'clock. He goes, okay, let's just start at Thursday at 9. Not a problem. I got there at 8:30, as you saw. The crane didn't show up until 9:30, which was all right. Then I was completely unloaded. 3 boats. I was unloaded. Straps were rolled up. My steel was laying in the trailer, which I'll show you all that tomorrow. I was going to show it tonight, but it's dark. I hate this daylight saving BS crap, but I only got 180 miles to do tomorrow, and I'll be at the house. So I'll show all that so it's a little bit more understanding for you guys. But to get back with Martin's deal here, driving hours. This will be a good time to show you our logs, because it's not a Qualcomm, it's not a PeopleNet, it's it's smaller than this, and this is a big phone. This is an L. I don't even know what phone I have anymore. This is the LV20 from Samsung, and it's a big phone. I mean, real big phone. But let me grab my log. I'll show you the bill of ladings. Yeah, I should be able to show you. Yeah, I can show you guys the bill of lading because I'm already empty. So yeah. Okay, let me grab the logbook real quick. This right here is my log. What does it say? Yes. We've got to enter in our PIN number. And then it brings up, this is all we do on it. See if this thing will focus here. I don't know if it will. I'll go ahead and hit off duty. So, as you kind of can see. Oh, okay. There we go. I know it's hard to see, but over here shows that I'm off duty. This down here is logs, vehicle, shipping, driver, messages. We don't do messages, and this thing keeps turning off because the truck's off. But driver, he just has my information on it. Shipping, it's got my shipping document number. We use an invoice number. Vehicle, which all it has is this my trailer number, obviously, and my truck number. Logs, shows what I did today, if you guys can see it. Not the greatest. I wish I can get a better angle for you guys, but I can't. Okay, but hours of service. Let's see if we can get this bad boy to work here. This is my 11, I think. Yeah, I'm looking at this backwards, so bear with me. This is my 11, that's my 14, and that's my 70. So, in America, we can only drive for 11 hours. We can only work for 14 hours. And we can only work 70 hours in an 8-day period. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth with it because after a while it will seem like I'm speaking French to some people. I've been driving for, it'll be 6 years in January actually. My mom still has a heck of a time understanding my clocks. I have friends that are still not understanding my clocks or the hours of service. So 11 hours is all you can drive in a period. 14 hours is all you can work. 70 hours is all that you can do in an 8-day period. Then you have to take a 10-hour break to reset your 11 and 14 clock only. If you take a 34-hour break, it will reset your 70-hour clock, and obviously it will also reset your 11 and 14, and it will give you 70 hours. That's if you take a 34-hour break. Also, with the U.S. logs, after 8 consecutive hours after going on duty, you have to take a 30-minute break. So what I do is that's my recap for the last 8 days. So Today I did 10 hours and 12 minutes. Yesterday I did 9:57. The day before, on Wednesday, I did 10:27. Tuesday I did 9:53. Monday I did 6.5. And Sunday I did 8. Now, normally I don't run my logbook like this, which I don't. But since I knew I was going to be going home for 34, I went ahead and trashed my logbook, so that I can drive further and get further down the road than what I would normally do. If I know that I'm not going home for 2 or 3 weeks, I'll try to keep it around the 8.5, 8 3/4 hours a day. Because let's do some simple math here for the people that don't understand this quite yet. Okay, 70. Can we see 70? Maybe. Oh, here, let's do this. Focus. Okay, see 70? Divided by? Maybe. This thing ain't focusing. Can you guys see it? Divided by 8. Let it think here. Focus. Okay. 70 divided by 8 is 8.75. If you do 8.5, 8.75 hours a day, you will constantly have hours to run every single day, no matter what. Now, granted, some days you might have to run 9 hours, 10 hours. That means the next couple days you need to back off a little bit on that 8.5, 8 3/4, where you go down to 7.5, 7 hours. If you always have 8.5, 8 3/4 hours in your 70-hour clock, you don't need a reset. I mean, I just started doing that about 8, 9. No, it's been longer than that. It might be a year now, but I've been doing that for a while, and it's been actually helping me out a lot. But with this, with the new company and all that, you know, it's obviously different. It's new, so I'm going to be, you know, learning about all that and learning how to run my logs a little bit different. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get home every weekend, every other weekend either. So, you know, I got to take advantage of what I can. But that's. I mean, I can always go in more about the logs. Canada, they have a different hours of service as well. They can drive 13 hours, and then they can work for 16, I believe, because there's just nothing up there. Let me get back to your message here. Okay. Well, then, like I said, you know, you've got to take a 10-hour break in order to reset your 11 and 14-hour clock. Then you got to take a 34-hour reset to reset your 70-hour clock. Then let me get right here. Okay. I'm not going to show all this paperwork because a lot of this paperwork is meaningless to you guys. Now, fuel receipts. I've got 1, 2, 3. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's not a cash. That's not a fuel receipt. So Huh. These two right here equal over $1,100. Okay. This trip killed my fuel mileage, and I've actually got one more receipt that's well over $500 as well. But the receipts are wrong too, because we get a fuel discount. Alright. Oh, here's another fuel receipt right here. Yeah, $5.88. That was for chains. You guys don't care about that. This was getting the trailer fixed. You guys don't care about that. Okay. Oh, another receipt. What is this one for? Oh, my fax confirmation. I can go right there. Okay. Yeah, your bill of lading is pretty simple. It just has what you're carrying, how much of it, what it weighs, if it's hazmat, non-hazmat, how many pallets you have, stuff like that. Your bill of lading is just a packing slip. So some DOT officers will ask for it. If you have an enclosed trailer, they want to see what you're hauling. Obviously, with an open trailer like I have now, it's pretty clear what I haul. That's all your bill of lading is. If you have any other questions or anything like that, let me know, please. And I'll go over it. Tomorrow, like I said, we are in Laramie right now. It's flipping cold still. Not windy though. I'm grateful for that. It's not windy. We'll get home. Only got 3 hours to go. Then I'll do a walk around of the empty trailer and kind of explain a little bit more about the trailer. Let me go to the YouTube channel real quick. I saw a couple of questions on there. Let's see here. Michael, I commented back on your question about the visor. There was one in here. Oh, right here. From R. Emmy, is that how you say it? I hope. You're deadheading from Oregon to Kansas, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, question mark, question mark. Yes, I am deadheading from Oregon back to Kansas City to reload. I am currently empty right now. But yep, let me know what you guys think so far of the videos, the new content, what you guys would like to see or what you guys would like to know, stuff like that. I've done 3,000 like 3,070 miles on this trip so far. My fuel average is 4.9. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But I did have 55, 65 mile an hour winds from Kansas all the way out to Salt Lake. Then I had it when I left the dealer all the way out to just west of Pendleton out there in Oregon. Then I haven't had any since. But on the way up there, my fuel was like 3.8. So it's going up. Definitely a expensive run out there. But that's all right because it paid good. So, yep, that's it. We will see you guys at the house tomorrow. I might record tomorrow. Depends on what happens through Cheyenne, down to Fort Collins, through Denver, and out to the house. But, yep, that's it for now. I'll get that uploaded. Hopefully I answered your question, Martin. If not, shoot me a message, and I'll go a little bit more in depth with it for you. But yeah, until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you are down south, or if you guys were dealing with that snow down south in Texas and Georgia and Alabama, wow, that's something else. But hope everybody's staying safe. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Stay safe. God bless. See you later.